I just saved your ass. Let's get back to work.
When someone mentions Medal of Honor, I immediately think of an epic World War II shooter, particularly the unforgettable Omaha Beach mission that smells straight out of Saving Private Ryan. Then there is the follow-up set in Vietnam, featuring the dramatic Pearl Harbor ambush. Medal of Honor has always been a strong contender to Call of Duty. However, in 2007, Call of Duty shifted from historical conflicts to modern warfare. So, how did Medal of Honor respond? When I first heard about a new Medal of Honor game, simply titled Medal of Honor, I assumed it was a remake of the original. But as soon as I launched it, I started to wonder if I would accidentally install Call of Duty Modern Warfare instead. It was clear from the outset that the series had taken a new direction, focusing on modern warfare. This time, it divides into a sensitive topic for the US, the war in Afghanistan. Before we get into the story, which isn't exactly the game's main strength, and mission design, let me highlight what truly stands out: the stunning graphics. For its time, the visuals were absolutely breathtaking and could still hold their own against many modern games. Powered by Unreal Engine 3, the game delivers gorgeous landscapes, detailed textures, spectacular explosions, and impressively realistic object physics. For instance, shooting a wall causes pieces to break off and scatter in a way that feels incredibly lifelike. The visuals alone kept me glued to the screen, making it hard to tear myself away. But even the best graphics can save a game with dual gameplay. Thankfully, Medal of Honor has a decent story to back it up. Set in a real-world conflict, your mission is to liberate Afghanistan, or more accurately, to take the fight to the jihadists. Along the way, you will rescue hostages, free villages, destroy enemy bunkers and heavy weaponry, and even save your own skin when your unit is captured. The story is complemented by well-crafted cutscenes that added depth, including a standout moment where your commanding officer slashes with clueless political bureaucrats issuing nonsensical orders. The missions are varied but generally follow a straightforward formula. Follow your squad mates from point A to point B, clearing out all enemies in between. Thanks to the interesting environment, it's a lot of fun. The first mission takes you through the dark streets of the city, but soon you will find yourself in open landscape with Afghan mountain peaks in the distance. You will traverse slopes, explore small villages, infiltrate enemy camps, and even wander through airplane graveyards by day and night. The diverse environments are captivating. However, there is a catch. While the game's open landscape seems to invite exploration, this is strictly a linear shooter. Don't expect the freedom of Far Cry or Delta Force. Invisible walls prevent you from straying off the intended path. At best, you may choose to go through a hut or around it. Stray too far, and the game simply won't let you proceed. As I mentioned, most of the gameplay involves walking and shooting, but there are some standout moments, like minigames where you use lasers to guide missiles. You will need to quickly take out enemy tanks, bunkers and artillery before they obliterate you. In one mission, You will take a helicopter's machine gun and a rocket launcher, laying waste to everything inside. Simple yet exhilarating. There is also a sniper mission where you must find and eliminate enemies before they find you. It sounds challenging, but the game is generally easy. You are rarely left guessing where to go, and if you are stuck, like during the sniping mission, the game eventually points out the enemy's location. Most of the time, you will have squad mates by your side. While the aim isn't great, they are effective at distracting enemies, making your job easier. But there are a couple of frustrating moments. One such moment occurs during a mountain bunker defense. Initially, you can hide behind walls and shoot through windows, but enemy rocket launcher gradually reduces the bunker to rubble, leaving you exposed. Surviving the onslaught is tough. The final mission also has a notoriously tricky section, where endless waves of enemies spawn as you try to reach a bunker entrance. You can simply clear them all. You have to push forward under heavy fire. But the real challenge comes from the game's bugs. In the final mission, enemies sometimes respawn right behind you. At one point, you blow up a wall to escape through the other side of the building. But if you take cover in the wrong spot, you may get stuck, forcing a restart. The worst bugs happens in a cave. If you shoot fleeing enemies at the wrong moment, your AI companion freezes, leaving you unable to progress. Without your companion, an invisible wall blocks the exit, potentially halting your game near the very end. But the real challenge comes from the game's bugs. In the final mission, enemies sometimes respawn right behind you. At one point, you blow up a wall to escape through the other side of the building. But if you take cover in the wrong spot, you may get stuck, forcing a restart. The worst bugs happens in a cave. If you shoot fleeing enemies at the wrong moment, your AI companion freezes, leaving you unable to progress. Without the companion, an invisible wall blocks the exit, potentially halting your game near the very end. Enemy AIs isn't particularly sharp. While they occasionally take cover, they mostly just charge at you, shooting on sight, and your allies are much better. And because the game relies heavily on scripted events, bugs are inevitable, apart from the major ones mentioned, though they are generally minor. As for weapons, you will carry two primary guns, pistol, grenades, and a knife. You can use US or Taliban weaponry. If you are low on ammo, your squad mates can resupply you, unless you are already stocked, in which case they will just brush you off. The arsenal is standard fare: assault rifle, shotgun, sniper rifles, obvious scarce ammo, and the Taliban's iconic AK-47. Heavy weapons like rocket launchers are situational, reserved for specific scripted encounters. The multiplayer, however, is brilliant. It incorporates RPG-like elements with three classes to choose from: Rifleman, Special Ops and Sniper. You earn points to level up and uncheck new weapons and gear. Players can join either the Coalition, US, or opposing forces, Taliban, each with faction-specific equipment. Over time, you can unlock weapons from both sides. Unfortunately, official servers shut down in 2023. So, how does the game stack up? Overall, it's a blast. A pure action-packed experience with minimal interruptions aside from the occasional death. Generous checkpoints and in-game hints ensures you won't get stuck for long. The campaign's 10 missions take about 5 hours to complete, which feels more like an extended demo. And if you are a fan of Linkin Park, you will love hearing the catalyst in the final cutscene. So what are the pros? Well, the first one is graphics. Stunning graphics and the environments. And it is simple and entertaining, and the multiplayer is brilliant. And what are the cons? It contains linear level design and frustrating bugs. Next time, we will dive into an even more legendary series. Get ready to take on the Nazis in Wolfenstein and compare it to today's Medal of Honor. So bye, and see you next time!